What if I told you procrastination isn't some deep character flaw? What if that struggle to focus, to ignore your phone, to actually finish what you start, what if it's just a weak muscle? Not a literal muscle, obviously. We're not curing brain cancer here, but top neuroscientists have figured out that self-control works a lot like a bicep. It's a finite resource. It gets tired. But, and this is the part that should get you excited, you can train it. I'm going to give you the playbook. No fluff, no just be more disciplined garbage. I'm talking about the exact simple exercises to strengthen this part of your mind. We're going to build it from a weakness into a source of power. This is the training plan to get the focus and discipline to actually achieve the big goals you set for yourself. So what is this hidden muscle? This isn't just a cute metaphor. It's based on real neuroscience. Your capacity for self-control is a measurable, limited resource managed by the CEO of your brain, the prefrontal cortex. Think of it as the part of you that's fighting for your future self against what your present self wants right now. Every time you choose to work on that project instead of scrolling social media, that's a flex. Every time you get out of bed when the alarm rings instead of hitting snooze, that's a rep. And just like a muscle, it gets tired. This is a concept in psychology known as ego depletion. Now, there's some debate in the scientific community about how this works, with some studies questioning the original theory. But the core idea holds. Your willpower isn't endless. If you spend all morning resisting the impulse to check your email, you'll have less gas in the tank to tackle a complex task in the afternoon. This is why after a long day of making decisions and fighting distractions, it's so damn hard to skip the junk food or hit the gym. Your muscle is shot. This brings us to a critical distinction most people miss: motivation versus discipline. Hey there, I'm Mark, and I'm genuinely excited you're here investing in your growth. Before we dive deeper into today's strategy, I want to ask you a quick favor that takes just 2 seconds but makes a huge difference. If you're finding value in this content, hit that subscribe button and tap the like. It's completely free and helps us reach more people who need these game-changing strategies. Your support directly fuels our mission to help thousands transform their lives. Thanks for being part of this community. Now let's jump right back into the breakthrough strategies that are about to change everything for you. Motivation is the spark. It's that high you get when you decide to start a new business or learn a new skill. It's powerful, but it's also completely unreliable. It comes and goes with your mood, your energy, and whether you watched an inspiring movie last night. Discipline is the engine. It's the system that gets you to show up and do the work when that spark of motivation is long gone. Discipline is what actually builds the bridge from your goals to your accomplishments. And the core of that engine is the strength of your self-control. We can't always control our motivation, but the incredible news is that we can systematically train our discipline. We can make it stronger, tougher, and more automatic. So, why is training this muscle non-negotiable? Because a weak self-control muscle costs you. It's the silent reason your New Year's resolutions are dead by February, why that brilliant idea is still a blank document, and why you have that nagging feeling of unfulfilled potential. The writer Tim Urban explains this perfectly with his instant gratification monkey. This monkey lives in your brain and only cares about what's easy and fun right now. It's constantly trying to grab the steering wheel from your rational, long-term planner. When the monkey wins, you're down a YouTube rabbit hole, binge-watching another series, or just checking your phone for the 100th time. The result? Procrastination, guilt, and that creeping dread as deadlines get closer. This isn't just a feeling. It's a direct path away from success. While some older studies suggested self-control was a bigger predictor of success than IQ, more recent research shows it's a bit more nuanced, with intelligence still being a very strong factor. However, what is clear is that individuals with higher self-discipline are more successful. They report fewer work absences, spend less time procrastinating, and dedicate more time to activities that actually move the needle. Over time, that effortful self-control becomes an automatic habit, creating a life that runs more efficiently. But here's the contrarian truth, the part most people get wrong. We think of discipline as a grim, restrictive life of saying no to everything fun. The reality is the exact opposite. Research shows that people with higher self-control are generally happier and more satisfied with their lives. This sounds like a paradox, but it makes perfect sense. Disciplined people aren't constantly at war with themselves. They use their willpower proactively to design their lives to avoid the battle in the first place. They don't keep junk food in the house, so they don't have to fight the urge to eat it. They use website blockers during work hours, so they aren't tempted to get sidetracked. They automate good habits. This radically reduces the amount of internal conflict, stress, and guilt they feel. They spend less time being their own worst enemy and more time making moves. It turns out happiness isn't freedom from rules. It's the peace that comes from actually being in control of your own life. Alright, let's get to the how. Welcome to the mental gym. Forget vague advice. These are 3 specific, science-backed exercises you can use today. Exercise 1. Micro-resistance training. You don't walk into a gym for the first time and try to bench 300 pounds. You start light. We're going to do the same thing for your willpower. I call it micro-resistance training. The goal is to practice tiny, almost laughably small acts of self-control all day long. The key is that the act itself doesn't matter as much as the practice of saying no to an impulse. You're training your brain to follow your own commands. Research backs this up. Small, consistent acts of self-control improve your overall capacity for it. It's not about the weight, it's about the reps. Here's what this looks like. When a notification pops up, wait 5 minutes before checking it. When you get up for coffee, drink a glass of water first. When you park your car, intentionally park a little further away. When you finish dinner, wait 20 minutes before having dessert. Make your bed the second you get out of it. Each one is a single rep. They're so small your brain can't really fight you on it. You just do it. But what you're really doing is building a track record of wins. You're proving on a neurological level that you are in charge, not your impulses. This strengthens the neural pathways for self-regulation, making it easier to win the bigger battles. Exercise 2, willpower sprints, the Pomodoro power-up. Now that we've warmed up, it's time for some intensity. We're going to use willpower sprints. This is basically a supercharged version of the Pomodoro technique, designed to train your ability to lock in and focus. In a world of infinite distraction, single tasking is a superpower. Think of it like interval training. An athlete mixes all-out sprints with recovery. That's how they build endurance. We're going to do that with our brains. Here's the workout. First, pick one high-priority task, something you've been avoiding. Second, eliminate all distractions. Phone in another room, silent. Unnecessary tabs closed. Tell people not to bother you. Third, set a timer for 25 minutes. For those 25 minutes, you do nothing but that one task. If your mind wanders, you bring it back. If you get an urge to check something, you notice it and let it go. You are sprinting. When the timer goes off, you stop. Now, this is crucial. Take a real 5-minute break. Get up, stretch, walk around. Let your brain actually recover. After 5 minutes, you go again. Another 25-minute sprint. The goal is 4 sprints in a row. Then you take a longer, 20 to 30-minute break. This is a game changer for 2 reasons. First, it makes huge tasks feel manageable. Write a 10,000-word report is terrifying. Work on the report for 25 minutes, you can do that. Second, it systematically trains your focus muscle, strengthening your prefrontal cortex's ability to stay on task and ignore the noise. Exercise 3. Strategic depletion and active recovery. This last one is where most people fail. It's based on a simple truth. You can't be on 24/7. Your willpower is finite. If you try to go 100% all day, you will burn out. Period. That's why you need to be strategic. Strategic depletion means you're smart with your energy. Your willpower is usually highest in the morning. So, you attack your most important, most demanding task first. Do the hard thing first. Don't waste your peak willpower on cleaning your inbox or scrolling news feeds. Front load your day with what matters. Active recovery is about how you recharge. It's not just about stopping work. Certain things are proven to restore your mental energy. The number one tool? Sleep. Getting 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep is probably the single best thing you can do for your self-control. Other powerful tools include meditation, time in nature, and exercise. A 10-minute walk outside can have a huge effect. Part of this is also what I call environmental design. Here's a secret. The most disciplined people don't have more willpower. They just have to use it less. They set up their environment to make good choices the default. They lay out their gym clothes the night before. They delete distracting apps. They prep healthy meals. This isn't weakness. It's being strategic. It's conserving your willpower for when you truly need it. There's one final piece. For discipline to stick, it can't just be something you do. It has to become part of who you are. There's a huge difference between saying, "I'm trying to eat healthy," and "I am a healthy person." One is about struggle. The other is about identity. I'm trying to write a book versus I am a writer. A writer writes. An athlete trains. It's who they are. Every time you do a micro-resistance rep, every time you finish a willpower sprint, you are casting a vote for your new identity. You're stacking evidence for your brain that you are, in fact, a disciplined person. Someone who honors their commitments. Someone who gets it done. This shift gets you beyond relying on emotion. Amateurs wait until they feel like it. Professionals act regardless of their mood. When discipline is your identity, the debate stops. You don't ask, "Do I feel like working out?" You just do it. That's the endgame, where your actions are a natural result of your identity, not a constant fight with yourself. Let's rack this up. The feeling of being out of control and always procrastinating is not a life sentence. It's not who you are. It's the symptom of an untrained system in your brain. And like any system, it can be optimized. We learned this isn't just a metaphor. It's based on how your brain is actually wired. Your willpower is a finite resource that gets tired, but you can absolutely train it. You now have a workout plan for your mind. You have micro-resistance to build foundational strength. You have willpower sprints to build deep focus. And you have strategic depletion and active recovery to manage your energy like a pro. And you know that every rep is a vote for a new identity. The identity of someone who is in control of their own damn destiny. The power to crush procrastination is already in you. It's just waiting for the training to begin. You don't need motivation. You don't need the right time. You just need to start with one rep. So here's my challenge to you. Pick one exercise, just one. Maybe it's waiting 5 minutes before checking your phone. Maybe it's one 25-minute sprint on that task you've been avoiding. Commit to it for the next 7 days. Then, come back here and drop your results in the comments. What did you notice? How did it feel? Your story might be the kick in the ass someone else needs to start their own training. If you got value from this, a like would be great. And make sure you subscribe for more playbooks on how to win. Until next time, start training. And hit subscribe if you're serious about rewiring your thinking, one powerful step at a time. This isn't motivation. This is your blueprint. Master your mind, transform your life.